Hey guys, Avi here with Global Visions. So I got a new manufacturer that we're working with called LanPOE, LanPOE.com. Very cool products in terms of networking. A lot of managed options on unmanaged devices. Some examples are on, let's say, this 4-port switch. You see there's options for a extended distance, VLAN, and watchdog. So what's VLAN? We'll start with that. VLAN means that this port cannot see that port. So if I have an IP intercom, I can't direct dial from here to here. So if, let's say, there are two different apartments that they don't want to communicate, this way it blocks it. Obviously, you would have your main unit not be on one of these ports, but on a different switch or on one of the uplinks. Then the next one's extended distance, which means it'll give you up to 250 meters per port. Usually you have 250 feet with Cat 5. So this one really kind of like almost triples your distance on that one. And the last one's a watchdog. That means if, let's say, something's not communicating, it can't ping out after a while, it power cycles if it can't ping. So and then a couple different models. This has this model usually it starts with their how many ports, and if it's standard or if it's gigabit. So this is standard PoE. This does 65 watts. Then you have a couple of their other models. Some of them have uplink ports, some of them don't, but some of them have some other advanced features as well for separating and to give you extra power for, let's say, for BT devices. So like this 4-port gigabit one doesn't give you regular network uplinks, it gives you SFPs, but it does give you 60 watts. So if you have something PoE plus or some kind of lighting that's using high power PoE, you could use that. So now I'm going to go mainly on to show you on the 16 ports. So there's two models. There's a 16P SPoE G300W, and this one is the same thing but a B at the end for basic. So if we look more closer, what's the difference? This one here has the choice for the watchdog, the VLAN, and the extended mode. And it again has two network extra uplinks and the SFP for you want to connect fiber. Now this one on the basic, it only has one switch, which that one switch is to allow you to have it as a 250 meter connection on it, or the standard networking. Once you do 250 meter, it also does VLANs on it. So where would we use that? Now again, for most camera systems, this is all these ports here on both of these are not gigabit, they're 10/100. These uplinks are gigabit. If I'm doing cameras, my cameras don't use more than usually 4 or 5 Mbps, 5 megabits. But here, usually if you had to connect other switches or other network devices that you needed to extend, you would go through uplinks because these are gigabit. So if, let's say, you have a camera server, you would put all the cameras here, you would connect this into your camera server port, and it would be more than fine because that's still getting the gigabit uplink. And again, once we do VLAN, it separates. So if I have an apartment building, people are worried, oh, could this person just communicate to my apartment? You could put an extra layer of security. Physically, as a VLAN, usually things that are only part of managed switches. Now again, this one, once you set up and switch the dip switch to 250 meters, it could give you around 750 feet in terms of length that the cable could go. So that's some really cool parts of it. Both of these are FCC, they have FCC approval on them. And the last one here I'll just quickly touch upon is a 24-port. Again, has some of these advanced features to allow you to extend the distance. It allows you to have a watchdog on it for power reset and for power recycle, and it has two fiber uplink ports. So I hope these come in handy. They're great products, and looking forward to hearing some of the great feedback.